It's very early morning here, so I've got my coffee and I'm alive.
Oh, it's very early evening here, and I've got pineapple juice.
Oh,
fair. How you guys going?
We're doing good. Oh, sorry. Let me turn that down.
hello.
This is my co-host Joe Mageddon.
Sorry about that.
Oh, we have a co-host today.
Yeah,
this is a special episode.
Special is the understatement.
My co-host just came up and wanting to say hi. Sorry if the camera rumbles. That's the cat.
Ah, bad cat. Well, I actually kept my dog out tonight for tonight's show, so it's a special show because my dog won't be harassing me.
Let's see. Let's get that shadow off of your face.
I love that we have the starting soon but no clock tonight. We're just like when we're ready.
Let's talk comics.
Well, we're gonna talk to Miss Nicole. She has a new comic book. She wrote and she's the artist, right?
Not from this one.
Oh,
Not
okay.
from this one.
Miss Nicole.
Yes. She writes and draws comics, and she has a new comic, but she didn't draw this one.
Oh.
And we're gonna ask her.
This is the best pre-show we've ever had ever.
I'm like, oh.
I love it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready anytime.
Jack really wasn't talking to you, and don't yell because they've got their mics, they've got headsets too.
Okay.
You
So we
ready?
don't
Because it's
wanna-
coming loud.
I'm Hill Gamer, and this is the Breakdown. What? Hey everybody!
It's like our 15th episode, season 3. Returning guest and special co-host. Coming to you live
Oh gosh.
from the High Heel Gamer.
Today is going to be a special episode. Hi, everyone. I'm Catherine, aka the High Heel Gamer. And today I have a co host. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Mageddon, featured in Castle Crashers with HHG.
Correct. Today, Joe Mageddon is joining me on the breakdown. Don't adjust your TV screens. There's 2 of us today. We are excited because we have a reoccurring guest, right? A comeback queen, Nicole. Yay!
Hello, Miss Nicole.
How you guys going?
We're doing good. How are you?
I have coffee. I'm okay.
I love your mug. Your mug is super cool. It's Wonder Woman.
I have a lot of mugs, and they mostly have Wonder Woman on them. But yeah, they're all geek themed. So whenever somebody comes over, it's like, which geek do you feel like being today?
Nice. We have Iron Man cups, and we have like Pac-Man and Mario Brothers cups that reveal themselves when it goes into hot.
The heat ones, yeah, I love
yes,
those ones.
those are super
For
cool.
Christmas, I got my mom a whole can cup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you're here today because you have a new comic book. Tell us a little bit about it.
God. I have a lot of new stuff, but this one is the next issue to Fox and Hound. So it is Fox and Hound number 4. Can't believe we've actually gotten to number 4, which is really exciting. So it's kind of like just over the halfway point for the series, because the first arc is going to be 1 to 6 issues. So yeah, it's up on Kickstarter at the moment, and the same artist has returned, Chris Picarin. He's doing the art for this one as well, and it's just an absolute pleasure to work with him. Like, he is such an amazing artist, and he really does love the girls as much as I do, which is just so much fun.
That's always good to have someone that cares about your work as much as you do. So you're on number 4, and you said the Kickstarter is already live, correct?
Yep, it's live. I think it's got 13 or 12 days left now, so it's It's only got about 2 weeks left, but we've hit our goal. We're just opening all those yummy little stretch goals now. So I think that's the best part about a Kickstarter is when you have all those stretch goals and people get all the freebies and stuff like that. So, we want to give people the most we can out of the Kickstarter. So
yeah, and you guys have 2 weeks left, which is like the home stretch. And so you guys are doing stretch goals now. That must be like super excited. You must be like over the moon about that.
I love doing the stretch goals, and I love getting to make a couple of little extra things on the end of it as well. Whenever the merch comes back for Fox and Hound, and I think this is the best bit about the Kickstarter, is that when you get the merch back, you're like, oh my God, it has my name on it. So, yeah.
When you actually get to hold it in your hands and you're like,
exactly,
this is my new favorite thing.
I'm like, we made the shot glasses for the campaign last time, and I've only got a certain amount of them left. So I put up the limit for them for this time. And a friend of mine came over and was like, oh, can I really have one? I was like, yeah, you can have one. And he absolutely loves it. So he's got it on display at his place at the moment, which is super cool because every time I walk past, I'm like, wait, that's mine.
No, that has to be like such a great feeling. Like, you know, I don't know, like you don't really think about it, and then it's like, oh, there it is. Oh my God, I forgot that's a thing now. So
well, I have the best story at the moment, and I've been telling everybody this story. So my parents didn't know I was doing comics. So I've been writing comics for about 5 years now, and it's been a sort of an on and off journey. But I sort of really made the life decision to go, okay, no, I want to be doing this for the rest of my life, sort of thing. Especially when COVID hit, I was like, okay, no, this is it. This is where I'm at. I'm going to be doing this. So over here, COVID is not so bad. It's quite, we're quite strict on what we do to prevent it and everything like that. So most of our stores are back open. And I went into the city with my mum, and I was like, okay, we're doing a bit of shopping and things like that. And I said to my mum, okay, let's go to the big comic book store here, which is called King's Comics. Uh-huh. And she's like, no, you can go, just do your own thing. I said, no, Mum, come with me. I only need to drop in for a few minutes, and I'll be quick. And I had to like coax her for about 10 minutes to come into the store. So she finally comes in with me, and I'm looking around on the shelves, and I kind of like do a bit of a weave and stuff like that to distract her. And then all of a sudden I go, Mum, come here. And I point to the Hell Courtesan, which is one of our other prints that we've got at the moment. And King's actually bought a couple of issues from me, and they've put it on the shelf. And I said to Mum, that's mine. And she just kind of looked at me blankly for about 10 seconds and went, what? I'm like, that's mine up on that shelf. And she's like, what? Oh, I write comics, Mum. So when I say I'm doing nothing with my day, that's what I'm doing. So it took her a few minutes, and she took a couple of photos. But later that night, she actually called me and said, oh, I'm really proud of you. That's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden I hear my dad in the background. Now I have to give you some context about my dad first. He's a little kind of European man who wears really thick glasses and is about my height. He's short, but he's got the really thick accent, European accent. And all of a sudden I hear in the background him screaming, why is my name not on it? Because I used the alias. And I was just like, oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
My mum texts me like 5 minutes after I finished this call, and she goes, is this a naughty comic? And I said, well, yeah, it's got some adult issues and stuff like that in it. And she goes, okay, maybe it's good that your father's name is not on it. And I was just like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Funny. That is awesome. So that means they actually like went and looked for it and, researched it. The fact that she was like, is it a naughty comic?
Yeah. So after that,
it has naughty rewards too.
It does.
Research binge on it, and I was just like, oh, that's not good. But
yeah.
What was that?
I saw him spying over there. I forgot he could even hear me. You're so quiet. Sorry.
Don't get him started. But I forgot what I was gonna say. The train of thought just kind of
I love that. I love that whole back and forth though. That was amazing about like we've had a couple creators talk about someone in their family realizing like, oh, that's yours. Like people can find this and read it. That's amazing. So has your dad read it?
No, but he wants a signed copy. So I'm thinking of just, like signing the front of it and then sealing it in plastic. So
I was just getting ready to ask if you're gonna get like a guard for it so they can hang it up and stuff. Aww.
Yeah, it's just never. Don't read this. Don't open it.
Don't open it. Just here's your copy. Like just hang it on the wall.
Just hang it on the wall. Show people that I've done it. Show people that it's in stores. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's super cute. Because a lot of times you tell parents like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing," and they don't officially get it. They're like, "Oh, okay, she writes comics, like she's doodling." Like my husband's father, he's like, "Have you done your doodles?" And he's like, "Oh, I draw." Like that's what I do. So it's funny to hear like the full circle moment of the realization that you're in the store and you're able to show your parents like this physical copy. So I think that's pretty cool. It's actually cool to have something physical and tangible.
Now when she calls me, she's like, "Oh, are you working? Did I interrupt you?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. I'm just doing either lettering or writing. I can pause for like an hour while I talk to you." So
that's so cool. So once this Kickstarter's done, are you just gonna continue Kickstarters until the whole series is? Because you said it's gonna be 6 books, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna kickstart each book. And then we actually are looking into doing proper figurines of the girls. That's the next step.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there'll be full-size figurines. Not sure if we're going to have them 3D printed or if we're going to have them resin printed yet, but the idea is there. Chris and I have already talked about it. It's a massive production to get anything done in a figurine. So it's going to take us probably from now till the end of the series, putting it into a trade, and then with the trade, we'll offer the figurine as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we love the girls, and we kind of had a meeting about halfway through last year, I think it was, and I said to Chris, what do you see? Where do you see the girls? What do you see them doing? Where is this going? Because we definitely want to get to the end of the arc. And he goes, "I love them. Can we do more?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure, we can do more." So we've already got the next arc set up after this one.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, it's really nice that he wants to continue them and he loves them just as much as I do. So we're not stopping the girls anytime soon, because we were thinking about stopping, and I was thinking about stopping, and he was just like, no, keep going. And I'm like,
that's
okay.
Cool.
So
and
it's become, I think, not just a staple, but a real passion project for the two of us as well. Chris does a lot of different art styles now, and this is the first one that he's actually getting to do a more comic booky sort of style in. And he's like, I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did. I was like, well, that's great. That's really, really good. And it's, opened up his repertoire of artwork. And he goes, every time I read the script, I just start laughing. They're so sassy. And I'm like, yeah, that's one of them.
Did you imagine it getting this far, or were you just like, no, let's do step 1 and then get through step 1 and see what the next step, or were you just like, this is what I pictured the whole time?
I think it kind of evolves with every issue. Issue 3 was a big upheaval. We changed artists and things like that, and it got a bit lost in what was happening. but as soon as Chris took on the project, I could see them sort of completely being retransformed. And I think they're even better now. And especially in this new issue, when you come to the sort of end of the book where you've got all the action scenes and stuff like that, the way he does these dynamic and over-the-top action scenes just makes them even better. And I was like, oh, this is what I wanted for the girls. You know, it's almost like a gaggy kind of shot. So there's one shot where she's kicking a shot glass off the table, the shot glasses we have in the campaign. She's kicking one off the table and it's being lit on fire. And the extend and the kick is so abnormal, but so perfectly done. It's just like, yes, that's what I want. So yeah, they've really evolved with each issue, and I think by the end of this, it's just going to be perfectly where we want the girls, leading into the next arc, which is going to be a completely different sort of vein. Like, we'll add elements from the first 6 issues just to tie in a couple of things, but it's going to be, you know, starting a whole new story again.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask if it's going to be like its own separate thing.
Each 6 issues is going to be its own sort of separate story. So you don't have to read the first trade to get the second one or to get the third one.
this debate.
Sorry, I thought it was going to be like a kid question. He actually wants to know officially how many books overall have you made?
Let me count. 1, 2.
That's a good question. You got her thinking.
I wish I had Jeopardy music.
Right?
Yeah, I'm still new to this co-hosting thing.
I have six single issues plus the 2 issues of Nothing Man, so it's 8, plus the 4 issues of Fox and Hound. That's, my math is terrible, as we can clearly see. 12.
You made 12 books.
12, no, 13, 14, and then the couple of anthologies. So that's, around about 14 books now.
Wow, that's a lot of books.
Yeah, it's getting there. And we've still got more to go. Like, I've got other projects on for this year as well. I think pretty much the whole of this year is booked up with projects. I've got another friend who's got projects that he's doing that I'm going to be continuing writing for him. So we're back on the comic Resurgence that we were doing a couple of years ago. The creator, my friend Brad, he basically had to stop for a bit because work and he moved house and stuff like that. But we're going to get back to it this year. I've kind of poked him and gone, that's enough dawdling around. We need to get back to this comic. So yeah, it's going to be a busy year. I think 2020 kind of killed a lot of what was going on. Sort of weren't sure about what was happening and just waiting for things to happen. So yeah, 2021, I'm like, okay, guys, we need to get back to work. So I'm kind of poking everybody at the moment, which is
pretty
good,
cool.
But at the same time, it's like,
Joe Mageddon is actually a published author himself. He had one of his writings published in a book. He is a writer, so that's probably why he wondered how many books you've written. He's also a budding. He's also a budding stop animation artist, movie maker. Not breakdancing, stop animation like the Lego.
I know.
Love stop animation. I absolutely love it. And I really give props to anybody who can do it because I don't have the patience for that.
I don't either. He made like a 1-minute clip and I asked him how many pictures and he was like 75. Like, just like, why that many? It was too much for me to, but he has the patience for it. So there he is. So the other stories, the anthologies and the other stories, are they going to get like their own kind of like reboot or extra love, or you just Fox and Hound right now until you've hit that Fox and Hound point where you might need to work on other stories?
So Fox and Hound, because it's pretty much almost done. I think we've only got a couple of pages left to color on it. We're sort of just letting the Kickstarter run. Once the Kickstarter has finished, Chris will color the last few pages, do the lettering on the last few pages. Then it'll take me like a couple of days to put it into an actual sort of hardcover or the actual trade format or whatever this is, the issue format. Then we'll send it off to the printer. So it's pretty much on the edge of being done.
Okay.
Chris is working on another piece for me at the moment.
Wow.
So, yep, that's another book that's being done. I'm pressing this guy like crazy. I feel really bad for him. He's just
well, he sounds like he's enjoying it. He loves. I mean, he sounds like he's like, yes, bring it on.
He is. He very much is. And with this next sort of series that he's doing, he gets to really express his artwork, and he gets that a little bit more freedom to do a different style, and he's super happy about it. Then I've got another little anthology with the Cthulhu guys. It's can't remember the name of the third one, but he's done like Cthulhu. He's done the Cthulhu. I think it was Back to School or something like that. So it's by Russell Novelty. So yeah, that one's already in progress, done. We've done the work for it pretty much. So we're just waiting for them to get back to us when we need to finish it by and dates and stuff like that. So there's stuff going on in the background, which is really, really good. Like I said, I've got to get back to Brad's stuff. I've got another huge graphic novel that Chris and I are going to be doing once we finish these two small sort of issues. So that's going to take about 3 months, maybe more to do. And it's his favorite topic. It's mermaids. So I'm just like, yeah. So when I met him, he was just, he loves drawing mermaids. And I said, look, I have to really write something mermaid centric for you to really shine what you can do. So yeah, I worked on that for about a year, and we'll do that sort of mid-July, August probably. So it'll be probably done by the end of the year. So again, super busy with stuff in the background. There's constantly things going on, more scripts to be written, just trying to get more scripts done as well, just so I can have them sort of sitting on the sideline. Just, you know, I find that that's easier, you know, when somebody contacts you or something like that, you're like, oh yeah, I've got work, it's all done, here's the script, you know.
That's actually smart. That's really smart.
And people are like, what's your work like? I don't have anything at the moment. So
yeah,
I'm like, if I'm sitting at home, you can write.
That is true. Yeah, that's actually a very valid point. And I like the fact that you're just like, no, I'm gonna get things done, and when the time comes, it's there. There it is. You know, you're not off slacking like some people.
Well, I bought myself a new gaming laptop, and it's very, very hard to part with it.
What are you playing?
What am I playing? So I'm playing Sea of Thieves. I'm playing Valheim. I'm playing the new Magic the Gathering online game, kind of like a Diablo kind of game. So yeah, anything that I can play with my friends. So I'm just like, but it's very difficult to put it down.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, leave it alone. You got work to do, then you can go play.
Gotta schedule it all in balance. Work hard, play hard type of thing.
Yeah.
So
as soon as Brad finishes work at like 5 o'clock here, I'm just like, are we playing? Are we playing? And he's like, have you finished your stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much how we are around here. We ask, are you done with your stuff? And then you can play. Joseph right now is playing Mario Kart because he's unlocking a lot of cars and stuff. So he's big into Mario Kart right now. So.
What is this? How?
Yeah, I unlocked pretty much. I think I've unlocked pretty much everything in Mario Kart as well.
Is this new Mario
loved
Kart
it.
like the old Mario Kart at all? Like, or is it
Yes.
totally different?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
really?
same. It's just sometimes there's like newer courses and newer characters, but it's pretty much all the same. They don't really mess with it too much. Thank God for.
So
for
far,
that.
the only recent character is Link.
The only new character is Link.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, it does.
Look at the Animal Crossing guys, they're new.
Oh yeah, that's right. You could play as Animal Crossing people, right? Or
Yeah.
drive race. The Animal Crossing people. Where, as
I'm
you
not gonna
remember,
lie, I love that course. I'm constantly picking that course.
we actually played that course the other day. It was the first time for me. I haven't played this new version of Mario Kart, so Joseph was like, "Play with me," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "This is Animal Crossing Road." I was like, "Okay." And I have Animal Crossing. I just haven't played it yet. Like my whole family members are like, everybody here is mad because everybody has Animal Crossing. And they're like, "Get on it because we need you to send us stuff." And I'm like, "No."
I didn't do that.
You was asking me for some flowers, something. I don't.
Yeah. I played it a lot over 2020 when I was sort of stuck at home. Now I kind of jump on now and then, but yeah, the new laptop is kind of calling to me. So I was just like, yeah, if I can't afford a PlayStation, I'm just gonna buy myself a new laptop. And play everything on that. So,
Yeah, that's actually a really good way to go because you actually are able to play a whole variety more than with the PlayStation if you get the gaming laptop. So I think that was a better buy in my opinion. And I love PlayStation. Like I love all the systems and stuff. It's just if I had my choice, it would definitely 100% be like a gaming laptop because you can play everything on there. Have you been watching any of the like superhero shows and stuff like that, like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier? And I think that's it.
Funny enough, I haven't yet. I'm dying to watch the Incredibles, I think it's called.
Invincibles.
That's it. I'm dying to watch that one. Haven't gotten around to it yet, but yeah, usually I don't watch the shows. I did watch American Gods though.
Oh.
That was pretty good. Third season did get a bit wishy-washy, but it's like, unfortunately, I'm sitting there going, "Oh, I'm gagging at the bit to read the comic." And I spoke to a friend of mine over the weekend while we were moving Brad's place, and he's just like, "Yeah, the comic is terrible." And I was like, "Oh no, don't tell me that. I will read it." So I'm still going to read it. I'm still going to push through, and I think there'll be good bits of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you just got to sometimes give comics a chance, especially if they've been running for so long. You'll have a boring issue or two, and you've got to push through that boring issue to get the information, to get where the story's going, and then it'll sort of even itself out in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still going to read it, but I prefer to, if there is a TV show and it does have a comic equivalent, I'll go and pick up the comic first.
The comic first. Okay.
I think that sometimes the TVs either miss something because they're so long, and the comic condenses it enough that you get that point that they're trying to make, and the TV kind of just goes, "Oh, they made this point in 20 pages. We need to make this point in an hour." So they got to fill it with all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, there goes the point. So
I know you've been busy writing, but are you reading any comics?
Yeah. What did I just finish? I just finished reading Black Murder Mondays, Volume 2. I bought that ages and ages and ages ago, but it's one of those comics that you have to sit down and really concentrate on. There is so much detail and just information that comes with this comic because it's based around the finance world. So it's based around like stock markets and stuff like that. So they explain it to you, but you have to really remember these events and stuff like that. And it's just one of those comics that you just can't pick up and read leisurely. So I sat down. I was on a train up to the Blue Mountains for about an hour and a bit. So I was like, this is the perfect time to literally sit and concentrate on this comic. And I absolutely love it. There's not a part of that comic series that I don't love. It's so intelligent and just not what you would expect from a comic book. And I'm just like, okay, this is a goal. This is a goal right here to write something this good. So
I'm sure you've already done that, girl. Don't even.
Not yet, but we're getting there. It's that was one of the ones I read. I read a comic called We 3 as well. It's a little tiny issue, basically about these sort of animals, this cat, dog, and rabbit that sort of genetically altered, and they have mechanical parts in them and stuff like that, and they're supposed to be sort of like army animals, but they instead get freed and they go off into the wilderness, and it just becomes this sort of thing of them realizing that they can make their own lives, but unfortunately it ends quite sadly for them. And yeah, it's a very interesting comic. I read it and I kind of had to sit there and I was like, okay, this is weird, but I enjoyed it.
Oh wow.
You know, it was that you take a moment to process what it was actually telling you in the story, and I was like, okay, I see where this is going. But that was a really interesting one. As you can see, the shelf, this is only one shelf behind me. This goes up and down behind me.
Wow.
So I do have a lot of books. Most of them I have read. Some of them I've still got to read. I've got a, yes, We 3 is an awesome story. There is one behind me that I have to read. It's called Horde. The artwork is just gorgeous, and I'm dying to read it. Bought that in hardcover a couple of weeks ago, so I haven't had the chance to sit down and read that one yet. But there's quite a few that I've still got to sit down and read. It's just finding the time. Usually I do it when I'm heading up to the Blue Mountains. I'll do like a binge day where I'll just take a bunch of comics up with me on that train ride back and forth, and I'll just read them. But yeah.
What is the Blue Mountains? Is that like a camping area type of thing?
The Blue Mountains in relation to Sydney is about 2 hours away from Sydney, maybe a little bit less. So Sydney is the main. Oh God damn it! Sorry, that was the cat. Yeah, he was jumping off the table up onto the cat tower, which is right next to me. So it's about 2 hours away from Sydney, and you have to take a rural train up there. You can't just take a normal train.
Oh.
So it's kind of like sitting on the train for an hour and a half, but you go out into not country, but enough of country that you'll see just like, you'll be on the train and then halfway through it, you'll just see nothing but trees. Nothing. And it's just like, oh, okay, I've hit that point where civilization has disappeared. And the internet stops working for a little bit, so you're like, oh, okay, I've hit that point. But it's absolutely beautiful up there. I do go up to visit our friend Nicholas Scott, who I absolutely love. So yeah, whenever I get to go up there, it's a real treat because it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I think anybody does, or when they open up, travel again here and stuff like that, it is one of the few places that you should go and see. It's just magical when you go up there. So yeah, it's a real treat for me. And
I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm gonna have to Google it and see.
It's so pretty. It's the quintessential Australian outback. So
nice.
Really, really nice up there. So that's when I do my reading. I don't know when the last time I read a novel was, unfortunately, but most of the time I'm reading comics, and I do that for all reasons. I do it to enjoy them. I do it for research. I do it like Hex behind me. I think it's right behind my head here. That one there, the big omnibus. That's my Bible. I constantly go back to that and look at it and study it. Thank you for the mug. I love my mug. Low, which is behind Fox and Hound here. Low is another one that I go back to all the time.
Which one? Low?
Another staple of mine. pull it out for you. Hang on a second. So this is the book here. It's called Low.
Oh.
If you have a chance, go and buy this.
Okay.
Not only is the art stunning, but the entire book is stunning as well. So
Okay, I wrote it down.
I usually reference that a lot for just page layouts and how they've done some of the drawings and stuff like that. And I always go back to some of my favorites as material because you learn from these people. You don't have to necessarily copy them, but learn from them. They've obviously done something cool and done something different, and I try and bring that to my comics as well. Fox and Hound is very much that James Bond format, that sort of spy format, but I still want to give it something different as well. So give it that
your own flair
touch to it. Yeah. So I'm always trying to find something that'll make my comics different from everyone else's. And I think that that's something that you learn with more time, especially in the superhero genre. I find that people are just going back to that formulaic, same sort of thing. This is my origin story. This is how I got my superpowers. This is what I'm doing with it. This is my arch nemesis. And it's like, okay, something different now, people. Something different.
Yeah, think outside the box. We actually have the Kickstarter trailer for Fox and Hound. Let's play that real quick. Jack, cue it up.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna.
I love that. Don't tell me what to do.
Get to it.
There's no sound.
Fire.
Terrible.
Fire.
Jack, you had one job.
Sexy pages.
Ugh, you're doing a disservice to this poor Kickstarter. I love the art.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the art. And one of the tiers that we have is for you guys to basically get an image with yourself with the girls. So it's like you can tell us what you want drawn. You can go, okay, I want us, kicking ass together or kicking in a door or something like that.
OMG!
Yeah, and Chris will draw it. So yeah, they actually get that on an A4 page. It's in pencils. It's in color. They can do whatever they want.
That's cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, so we did the cameos in the last one, and we loved doing it. But we thought this time we really want to give people something that they can customize themselves.
And that's what I like. Yeah, because a lot of times it's the whole cameo. Like you could see your face in a crowd, or just somewhere. But the fact that you're letting people be like, "Hey, I would like this," is super cool. Super I like outside the box, and that's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah. So if you're a real fan of the girls and you want to see yourself with them, this is something that you can, pick up and go, right, at the end of the day, I'll get this beautiful artwork and I can frame it, or, I can do whatever I want with it. And, we just want to give back to the fans, and we want to give them something a little bit personal. Especially after chatting with one of the fans after issue 3, I decided to do this because he was so invested with the girls. And I was just like, I need to give them something that they can feel like is just theirs. It's just yours. No one else has it.
Yeah. Is it like when fans do they reach out to you? Do you put like a, hey, chat with us type of thing? Like, how do fans reach you?
Usually it's either through Facebook or through the message system on Kickstarter.
Okay.
So, I've had a couple of people who have backed the project. I've given away a little special card for people who are returning backers. So at Christmas, we did like a little Christmas card that was like, the first page was safe and then the other one was not safe. So when you opened it, it was like, the front page was safe. And when you opened it, it was like, no. But we gave that away over Christmas, and most people were like, oh, that's nice that you're you know, for returning fans, they get something a little bit special, you know. So that's what we're trying to encourage as well. We want to do that for the next few Kickstarters and give away something for these returning fans who have been constantly supporting us, constantly backing us, you know, making this dream of ours come true as well. And yeah, they do reach out to us either via Facebook. Had a couple of people message me via Facebook going, oh my God, I love it so much. And, you know, we chat about it for about 15 minutes, something like that. And I've had a couple of people reach out to me via the message system, and they've said the same thing, and I'll just keep chatting with them. You know, sometimes for the bigger backers, I'll throw in something a little bit extra if I've known them for a while, just to say thank you.
How cool is that? How cool is that when you get a message and it's like a legit fan, like they've been with you since day one? How does that feel?
I think the biggest thing was I was at a convention in 2019. This is before COVID hit, and it was one of the biggest conventions we've got here, which is called Supernova. So this gets around about 40,000 people, which is like a fraction of what you'd get over in the States, like a fraction. But for us, it's one of our bigger conventions. So I was there it goes from Friday afternoon into the evening, and then it goes from Saturday and Sunday. So I was there on the Friday, and I'd set up my booth and everything, and you know, I was just waiting for people because most people get off work around about 5 o'clock, so that's when the rush sort of happens.
Mm-hmm.
But from about 2 till 5, it's a little bit quiet. This one guy comes up to me. I can't remember what time, but it was close to that 5 o'clock time, and he just swiped the table clean of everything I had that was new, and he's like, I love your stuff. I've come back specifically to find you to grab your new stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, it's happened. I have a fan.
Awesome.
He's next to me, he's looking at me like, what? And I'm just like, show the fan, you know? That moment.
This is my moment. Shut up.
Yeah, and it was so nice.
Awesome.
To have that moment where he was just like, what have you got that's new? I want it all.
Aww.
And a couple of other people over the weekend said the same thing. They go, oh, you know, we bought issues 1 and 2 of Fox and How, we're waiting for issue 3 or something like that, or I can't remember what it was, but it was so nice just to have that moment where people were like, oh yeah, I bought your stuff last time. What have you got that's new? You know, so I'm hoping when conventions are back for us now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, we've thankfully got them back. So again, Supernova will be June this year for us.
Okay.
And then we've got a couple of other ones that are happening. Oz Comic Con is another one that we've got towards the end of the year. There's a female starting one down here called Brazen. Super excited for that. I know the owner for that one, and I'm just super proud of the girls for starting that one up, because I think that we need more, not only Australian comic support, but female comic support.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be a part of that one. But yeah, so I'm hoping that once everything comes back and we start attending these conventions, it'll, you know, people will be like, oh my God, you're back. So, and I've got so much new stuff to put on the table. It's not funny. So
That's
I'm like,
so cool.
Jesus, I just want to get there.
Send us pictures of your booth when you set it all up. Send us pictures.
Yeah,
so
I
we
will.
can post it as well. Yeah, definitely.
And it's really nice this year too, because Chris is going to be drawing at the booth this year. So
oh, that's so cool.
One of his favorite things to do is to actually find cosplayers that he likes and just do a quick doodle of them, and then he pins them up on the board behind them, so people, when they come back, they're like, wait, that's me. It's like, yes.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We need some of this back, and we're going to be really cautious and safe and stuff like that. Like, we've got health orders on masks for ourselves this year, so we're going to be which is going to be really, really fun, because they're like Oni masks. So we're going to be safe, but we're going to have a lot of fun too. So yeah.
I thought you was going to tell me that you was going to do like the Fox and Hound masks and stuff. Yeah, I should look into that, Fox and Hound.
That would be cool too, actually. That would be pretty mad idea. I did want to 3D print Hound's helmet at some point.
Ooh.
So I used to cosplay, so I'm sitting there going, yeah, I would absolutely love to 3D print it, build it, put lights in it, and then just have it on the table as like a display
lights on
thing.
the eyes.
Yeah. So I'd make the whole thing light up and everything, and then you'd have that front plate would probably lift up, and yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long project for me, but you know, once I get the 3D printer, I'll probably start
my God,
around with
I
that,
can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
That's dope. Like, I'm excited for you. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, everything, the fact that cons are back and people are going to be able to pick up your stuff and hang out with you, and you know, and then now you're telling me that you're going to do hounds. Like, oh man, that would be dope.
If I had the body, I would make the rest of the costume, but no. COVID has made me squishy, so no.
Same girl, same.
Yep.
I'm squishy too. It's all right.
I was just like, no. So yeah, it would be cool if I could get somebody to model it, but yeah, at the moment I'm like, okay, start small, start with the helmet, and then you can go from there.
That would be cool. Well, unfortunately, Nicole, we've come to the end of the time. Everyone, go find Nicole. Go find her stuff. Fox and Hound.
Comments.
What?
I put links in the comments.
Jack has put links in the comments. I don't know why he sounds like Eeyore today, but there we have it. That's what's going on.
I have
Jack.
a cold.
So he says. I think it's just he's tired of hanging out with me. It's happened. It's finally happened. He's like, oh, gotta hang out with her again. I want to say a big thank you to Nicole Kane for hanging out with us. Go get Fox and Hound Kickstarter link in the comments. You won't regret it. Big thank you to my co-host, Joe McGinnon. Thank you very much. You did very good.
You're welcome.
Proud of you. As always, I mean, you guys are liking because you guys are here. You guys are sharing because, you know, other people are here. But go to our website, issueswithshow.com.
Seriously?
Issueswithshow.com. I got it right. Why are you saying that? And then we have another one. The other one is the one I get confused all the time, which is WTFcomicbooks.com. I'm on Insta. Yeah, Joe McGinnon's here, Sean. I'm on Insta, _breakdown_show. Find me there and say some stuff. I'll probably ignore it, but here we are. And as always, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye, everyone. You did good. That was a good question.
You can always dance. I just like to see Cat dance. It cracks me up.
No, you did good. Did you like it?